Saw dudes. When I was looking for a solar warlock build, I got some inspiration to become a combat medic with extra emphasis on the combat portion. I like to do support builds, but sometimes I feel that they lack diversity or damage. Solar warlocks have been restricted to sunbraces for so long and it got so mind-numbing. So let me introduce you to the Solar Sentry Warlock build, utilizing Phoenix Protocol and my personal favorite bow, Tiku's Divination. Phoenix Protocol states that kills and assists you make while standing in your Well of Radiance return super energy, which is capped at 50%. This build is so much fun to play since we are triple threat to all champions, provide team healing, and widespread AoE damage. And to top it all off, we're getting our supers in under 2 minutes. Let's get started. Since we are using Phoenix Protocol, we will be using Well of Radiance, which provides immense healing and the Radiant buff, allowing us to break through barrier champion shields. It heals us at 100 HP per second and provides a 25% damage buff. For the class ability, I chose to go with Phoenix Dive for the instant cure and restoration effect that works with Heat Rising. Healing Rift is also a good alternative for a more passive playstyle. The melee I chose to use is Celestial Fire since it can do damage from long range and does not require us to be any closer to danger. Finally, the grenade I chose to use was Fusion Grenade since it does solid damage against mages. For ad clear, I would highly recommend switching this to Firebolt Grenades. I chose to use Touch of Flame and Heat Rises for our aspects. Touch of Flame enhances our grenade abilities and causes our Fusion Grenades to explode twice for additional damage. Should you choose Firebolt Grenades, it enhances its search radius by 50% and causes it to seek out 5 enemies. Heat Rises allows us to fire and ready weapons mid-air and grants us melee energy per airborne kill. Additionally, it lets us consume our grenades, healing us and giving us an enhanced glide that can let us hover and stay away from enemies. As for the fragments, I went with Ember of Combustion, Blistering, Eruption, and Wonder. Combustion causes our solar weapon kills while in Well of Radiance to ignite targets for added AoE damage. Blistering grants us grenade energy for defeating targets with ignitions, Eruption increases the ignition damage radius, and finally, Ember of Wonder causes rapid ignition kills to spawn an Orb of Power. Let's cover the armor. For the helmet, I use Special Ammo Finder, Dynamo, and Harmonic Siphon. Dynamo can be switched for Heavy Ammo Finder if need be. On the arms, I slotted Firepower, Bolstering Detonation, and Impact Induction. On Phoenix Protocol, I equipped 2 variable resistance mods and stasis reserves. Switch the resistance mods depending on the activity for more survivability. With the leggings, I used Solar Surge, Insulation, and Stasis Scavenger. And on the bond was Bomber, Distribution, and Powerful Attraction. As usual, go for 100 Resilience for better survivability. Afterward, I would chase Recovery and Discipline. Weapon loadout 1 is the Sentry build, and is very comfortable to use. In the kinetic slot, I use Deliverance, which can always be switched out for Riptide. In the energy slot was Tiku's Divination, and in the heavy slot, I used Cold Comfort. Deliverance is our overload / unstoppable killer and grinds champions to a halt. Tiku's is our homing arrow. Hip-firing it releases 3 arrows that mark targets, and hitting said targets again with an aimed shot detonates the mark, with precision hits doing more damage. This damage ramps up with each cycle with the Catalyst, making Tiku's a very good ad-clear weapon and major killer. Cold Comfort is a very good rocket launcher and can roll with the combo Envious Assassin and Bait and Switch, which pairs well with the room-clearing potential of Tiku's. However, Bump in the Night is a solid stasis rocket launcher already and arguably better if crafted, so either option works. Weapon loadout 2 is the double special version. I once again use Deliverance in the kinetic slot, Reach's Path in the energy slot, and in the heavy slot I use Gjallarhorn. Reach's Path acts as our primary weapon and spreads Scorch for free damage and ignitions in tandem with grenade and melee usage. If you do not like Reach's Path or don't have it, Acacia's Dejection is a great alternative. Gjallarhorn is used here because it pairs well with Well of Radiance for immense damage. Also, the small seekers that are released by missile detonations are perfect for ad clear and can actually proc ignitions on kill, so you can save more ammo. This build is less self-reliant and can really help a team out when it comes to champ and boss melting. The game loop of the build is to first activate Heat Rises, then float really high. After that, just rain down arrows at targets. Optimally, you will be out of range of their attacks, but if you aren't, utilize tall buildings as cover. If you feel in need of a breather, use your Phoenix Dive to heal up. Remember, you will regen melee energy and grenade energy fairly fast on this build, so spam it while you have your head in the clouds. When you do get your super, pop it and go down to use your solar weapons. After getting to the 50% mark on the bar, you can float back up and do it all again. I hope this video appeases the Warlock mates. I don't play it much, but this build is turning me to their side a bit. It has a little bit of everything and I can't get off of it. Thank you all for watching, and happy farming.